Oh, that's not bad for us. We are
Yeah, I mean,
live.
practically on time.
Welcome everybody back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from the Snake Pit here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Joined by my co-host Dakota. What up, Dakota?
What to do, baby? We are on location here in the Sunshine State. Just not being investigated. Uh, but we're back on the road, boys. Down here in Tampa, Florida, still getting it done. Chairgatin's got a lot of breakdown. Post World 600. Let's get it going.
Let's do it. What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in. Rock flag and eagle.
Yo, yo, yo.
What it do, baby?
Hey, can you hear anything in the background? Maybe I should turn this down.
Oh, like a TV or something? Like a fan?
TV. You couldn't hear anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well.
I got King of the Hill playing on mute.
Well, I have Flow Racing playing on mute.
Hey.
Got the High Limit series on right now. Rocking my Rico shirt. And
Hey, shout out Rico.
He just won Heat #1, beating Larson. So I guess he'll see him in the main.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Where are they at?
That's a good question. Where are they? I feel like I should know that. Tri-City.
Yeah, I'm watching. Rico just bit him. Where they at? I don't know.
Tri-City.
Okay, I've heard of that.
It's
one.
like, if you're, I'm not like a real dirt fan. I'm a NASCAR fan. I know NASCAR
that watches dirt.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're going to Kokomo, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah,
Port Royal,
and then all the racers will be like, oh, love that track, and you're like,
It's like coming into a NASCAR, like never watching it, having no understanding, and then somebody being like, where are they racing this week? And they're like, Daytona, and you're like, oh, cool, where's that at? And you're like, wait, what? You don't know about the Daytona 500?
Daytona 500.
Should I know about this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, tell Dakota.
Yeah, it's fucked up. This is not the interview room. Whatchamacallit? What do they call it? Bang bus. I swear.
No, this is where the pedos get investigated.
Yeah, come on in, take a seat.
This looks like you're gonna end up in a documentary where there's a detective with his face blurred out asking you questions about a girl and the last locations you saw her at.
Yeah, no, I swear, I've never seen her.
Dakota is the new fan of NASCAR. That's right. That was I hope I got that in your photo. That was the tweet that kind of blew up. You had a tweet that kind of blew up.
Kinda, if we call it blowing up, but we doing things. People, we pissing off Elliott fans one day.
It's blowing up for you or me. It was pretty good. You had like a couple hundred responses, right?
Yeah, I guess I had nothing but hate mail, hate speech.
Yeah, I would say you got ratioed, as the kids would call it.
That's what the kids are saying.
I think you got ratioed because you had way more responses than retweets.
Is that what it means?
That's ratioed. Yeah, I think it means like what's the ratio of engagement on a tweet. So like a normal tweet that blows up is going to have, obviously you have more likes, but you should have more retweets than you do comments. If it's like positive, like if people agree, they'd probably be retweeting rather than just commenting.
I guess. I don't know. These goddamn kids.
I think that's what it means. I don't know. Maybe if Connor Bunn, does Connor know that we're on? Have him comment.
I sent it to him.
Okay, have him comment what.
What's a ratio?
What
I bet Cody. I've heard Cody say that word a lot. Cody would know.
Mr. H about to get that wife beater on to PJ's ass. Yeah.
Not all the comments pop up on here. Oh, I can click this comment.
They're not popping up for you. Can you see it?
No, they are, but can you see me right now?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, well then I can just leave them up. So I guess on my iPad, it when I pull up the comments, it's like my whole screen, like I'm in the background. But I didn't know if my camera still worked. I could sit here and read comments, but I'd rather see you.
Yeah, I am.
But now, like, if I back off, I can't see the comments at all.
So
it's okay.
Obviously, we're gonna get into the Chase situation, which is what your tweet was about. But that has to be later in the episode, right? Because that's kind of the
that's the big
crescendo. That's
Shiraka here.
Where it peaks.
Oh God, I wish that was cold.
Well, I mean, just so everyone knows, cold for you means something different than everyone else. Like, you don't drink normal cold beers. You drink slushies.
Yeah, I really love my beer as cold as fucking possible, like just before freezing.
So Dakota, he'll have his beers in the fridge, and then if he knows we're about to drink, he'll go take them out of the fridge, put them in the freezer, and then leave them in the freezer. Come back, then continue doing whatever we're doing, and then when it's time to drink, that's when he goes to get it again for the second time. This time out of the freezer before it's frozen.
No.
That's his process. That is your process.
When I arrive upon wherever I am going to be drinking, I like to go ahead, especially if, like, say you just bought a 6-pack from the store and it's been in the truck for 20, 30 minutes riding to where you're going to be hanging out at.
Okay, but you got it out of the fridge section, so it is
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold when I got it out of the store.
Yeah.
But, and now I'm traveling. It's been sitting in the, like, room temp truck, traveling, just getting hotter and hotter. So immediately what I like to do is get to where I am, put those beers in whatever fridge cool. If they're in a cooler and ice is different. Let's say they're going in a refrigerator. I'll immediately put that 6-pack in said refrigerator. Okay. Take a beer out, put in freezer immediately, right when I got there. Put the first beer in the freezer. Walk around, mingle, talk. Oh, what's up? Usually like, hey, man, where's the fucking beer at? And I'll be like, oh, yeah, I've been ready to pop one right now, too.
You always have a beer ready in the freezer, though. That's the thing.
Yes. So then I usually try to time it like 5, 10, 20 minutes. The 10 to 20 minutes is the best. But then I go, oh yeah, man, I got one in the freezer. Boom, and it's fucking beautifully chilled. And then when I grab that one out of the freezer, I immediately grab another one and put it in the freezer to restock. Now the time I'm drinking this beer, 10 to 20 minutes, that one's getting really cold. And then I go and I do the same fucking thing, rotation. Out of the freezer, and those beers will just I have it like almost down to a science at this point.
I feel like your explanation was no different than just how I described it the first time. You get a beer out of the fridge, put it in the freezer, go do your thing. When you're ready to drink it, you go back and get it from the freezer.
Yeah, I don't drink. Yeah, but I don't take a sip of the beer and put that open beer back in the freezer.
Hey, if anybody is in the comments, can they comment and say if Dakota's mic is fucked up and he's making a clicking sound when he talks, or if it's
Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I swear you're making a clicking sound when you talk. So I don't know. We'll see if anyone in the comments, anyone watching,
is anyone hearing a clicking sound?
Is Dakota's microphone sound shitty? Is it like analog-y? What up?
I mean, I can always get off the mic.
It's clicking, but very low. Yeah, right. It is low, but it is kind of.
It's these shitty ass fuckheads. What's funny? I just bought AirPods
clicking.
And I left them at home.
Yeah, you gotta take those things out, man.
All right, give me 2 seconds.
I'll give you 2 seconds. That's fine.
All right,
keep
talking.
I'll have our audience watch me as I'm watching the high limit race. The heat races are on right now at Tri-City Speedway. It looks good. One thing that I've learned about sprint car racing is that you can really only watch good sprint car racing in the Midwest, apparently, which is sad because I don't live in the Midwest. I live in South Carolina. I know that there's dirt late model racing here. That's cool. I know that there's stock car racing, a lot of asphalt. There's Florence right down the road. That's a great race. But sometimes I just want to watch these badass winged 410 sprint cars because they just rip around these little dirt tracks, and they're a lot of fun to watch.
What else right now?
I can only watch them on Flow Racing because I don't live in the Midwest. What's up? Are you good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're just quiet now.
Oh. All right, well, we're going to have to meet in the middle or something.
We are going to have to meet in the middle. What's the middle? What's the middle for us?
I can either get back on the laptop.
You know what? You're still clicking.
Is it the iPad?
Yeah, it must be. You're still clicking. It's fine. Just put the damn thing back in. It wasn't that bad. I feel like I've made this more complicated than it needed to be. But here's the thing. Our audience needs to know our process. They need to know that the first 10 minutes of our show is still figuring out how to work our show. We could have done this off air, but we're just letting y'all see how it works.
Well, I can hear you 10 times better like this.
We're already 11 minutes late, so they
This is
already
what
know.
happens when I'm traveling.
Yep.
I also think it's I don't know, it might be the fucking iPad, but then I'll go back and listen and be like, oh god, that sounds awful, and I'll be pissed I did the whole episode like this.
You will be, yeah. After you listen to this one, you're gonna be like,
Is it
"Are you
annoying?
sure?"
I'm sorry if it's annoying.
No,
I mean, I can get the
it's
laptop.
subtle.
The laptop just really looks like I'm on an Android.
It's it's all good.
I think it's this low light. I mean, it's damn fucking sexual in here.
It is.
Yeah, it's setting the mood. But dude, we had like 18 days of racing with the Monsoon 600.
Oh my god, yeah.
I hate rainouts, but God, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Did you watch Monaco?
No, I don't partake in that. I don't smoke that, dude.
I did last year, and it was really boring. And I was like, yeah, I might do it again this year, just out of like tradition. And then the time came around. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not even gonna put the race on. Sorry. I just don't care.
No. Nate, we were golfing on Sunday, and like I knew
much better
the Cup race, or I wanted to watch Indy 500, but Indy 500 was like at 1:00. Well, then like we got done golfing around 12, but I remember it was like 10:30. We're on tee box. Nathan's like, Monaco's about to start, and I was like, I don't give a flying fuck. I don't know what you're telling me. I wasn't trying to be rude, but I was like, cool, man. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care, man. I just don't care about it. And the thing is, even F1 fans say how shitty it is, which is just kind of wild to me. Because can you imagine if like the Daytona 500 was just a shitty race, and just we all showed up and like we did the whole thing, and we all acknowledged that it was a shit race, and that's just not good. And it's like it's not good racing, but we still have to all watch it. We have to force it on you, even if you're not a NASCAR fan. We're like asking if you're watching this race, even though we all acknowledge that it's shitty. It's just a weird mentality to have.
Yes, absolutely accurate. And then sitting there defending it, calling it good, calling it like, you need to watch this, all that, and it's just like,
what up? Happy birthday, Papa Good.
It's just, what up, Papa? Birthday boy.
Happy late birthday. Yeah, it's just weird. Like if we're asking non-NASCAR fans if they watch the Daytona 500, it's probably because it was a pretty badass race, and I'm like, hey, you should.
Yeah, I'm not.
Out,
if I'm like doubting it, well, that's one thing I hated. I told my friends they should watch the All-Star. Hey, it's gonna be a good race. Tough. You should check it out. North Wilkesboro is gonna be sick, man. And then I was like, oh my god, I hope no one watched.
That's tough. But to be fair, we didn't know because that was the first time going back there. You know. So that's a little different. It just blows my mind that, like, first of all, every time I get into a discussion with an F1 fan on Twitter or something, usually they end up admitting to me that they don't watch any other form of racing. So I'm already like, okay, I kind of see where this is going. Like, you just watched the Netflix documentary thing. And
you must be one of those Netflixers.
And they just all will be like, yeah, it's not a good race, but like you have to watch it. Like it's F1. I'm just like, no, I don't, man. I got better stuff to do with my time.
Hey, watch this.
Yeah, what was that? No passes for the lead since
1996. That's what everyone was like, wow.
I mean, that's perfect. Yeah, we all know
that
F1
absolutely
is the best racing.
Describes F1 racing. You know what I keep hearing? Well, Monaco, the cars barely fit on the track. So, how are they supposed to pass if it's not, with pit stops or something?
Then maybe they shouldn't race there.
It's like, let me hear that. Let me just back. We're racing on a street course.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should put cup cars on a street course. Since that's going to be that's where we see our best racing in the world.
Yeah.
Is on street courses.
Yeah. You know what we should do? Instead of a foreign country, we should pick a big city in America, one that doesn't have really many NASCAR fans. Ooh, even better. There could be a NASCAR track we used to race at right outside the city limits. Dude, and we should put it inside downtown of that said city where no one wants this to happen. We should consider something like that.
Well, let's double check the crime rate in these cities. Let's just find the one
we need to make
with the highest crime rate first, because that's it's big for me. I need
this can't be
poverty
Salt Lake City
and high crime rates.
Yeah, this can't be Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
This can't be somewhere nice.
I mean, as long as the culture is good.
It's
That's
all
all I
about
know.
culture, baby. NASCAR is building culture. Yeah, I mean, and now Abercrombie and Fitch is our new license.
Swag.
I mean,
I saw Harris designed one of the shirts or something, and I was talking shit to him just now on Twitter, and I said, "God damn you, Harris! Like, look what you've done." And he was like, "What?" Like he was like, "What, man?" Like he was like proud, like a billion-dollar company is doing it, and I was like, "We don't want these fucking hipsters wearing our fucking shit."
yeah, that's what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't even notice. I clicked on the 3 shirt, the Earnhardt shirt, and it's just like a black Monte Carlo with a 3 on it. Like there's no sponsor logos or anything. And I was like, I mean, come on, dude. What a ripoff is this? Well, there's no drive-by shootings. Papa Good knows.
He knows what's up. But instead of being all negative, we could address the fact that we did have a great NASCAR race.
Yeah,
Hell, we had a
finally,
great Indy 500 too. I shouldn't skip over that. Sorry.
Yeah.
We had a great Indy
500 was
500.
awesome.
We don't have
That
much
was
to
a great
talk about
race.
because we're not Indy guys, but like, it was badass.
The one thing, the biggest thing I think to take away is that a fucking wheel went over the fence and nearly, what up, big dog? And nearly beheaded dozens of people. And everyone was just kind of like, that was a close one. I'm like,
Yeah.
So what are we going to do to prevent this from future races? Like, everyone's just like, woohoo, man, that could have been bad. Connor, what does ratio mean?
Look at Connor's comment. Ryan Blaney wins one race, and now Abercrombie and Hot Topic are licensing our merch. Damn, Connor already coming up with bangers. Chevy Cruz took the bullet for the fans. Yeah. Hey, Connor, real quick, what does ratioed mean on Twitter?
Yeah, if someone said you got ratioed,
specify, like, what is that? I was trying to describe it to Dakota. We need to make sure that what I'm saying is accurate.
Right.
Yeah, Indy 500 was a good race. It was kind of cool for me just because Indy 500 is the only Indy car race I watch. I imagine it's the same with you.
That's like the only Indy race I ever get to watch. Yep.
Yeah, and so every year I kind of been picking Newgarden just to watch because I know that he's like really good. And I recognized the team from NASCAR and stuff. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. So that was kind of cool. I was watching him the whole time, and he finally got his win. That was a cool storyline.
Yeah, and then, I loved, like, when they talked about him kind of race. Like, he's never won. He's always had bad luck here. And so then, like, seeing him go for it. And a lot of those guys, it got a little NASCAR-y at the end of that thing with all the cautions. I was like, uh-oh. But they were going for it, diving it in there, and
so apparently Connor doesn't know what ratio it is either.
Oh, I didn't see the comment.
Yeah, I took it back down pretty quickly.
It's a Gen Z's way of calling someone up. Yeah, I think it is.
No, I had a way better explanation.
Oh,
so anyway, Indy 500, awesome. Monaco, I don't care. I didn't watch. It just kind of sucks that we didn't get the full day. I think we all knew it was going to happen, that it was going to be pushed off to Memorial Day.
Well, just like I was supposed to be there. I was trying to get you to go there. And then made an ejecto executive decision and was like, it's just not in the cards to go up there and sit in the rain. I'm betting on money that this motherfucker gets rained out. And boom, when they called the race hours early and were like, it's getting pushed to Monday, I was like, I am so smart. I'm so glad I didn't waste the time.
At least they called it for everybody. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. I really liked, I saw like DVC was bitching that, they called it early, but it was like they could have called it earlier. And it's like, I'm just glad they did because, back in the day, they'd make you sit around till like the broadcast was over. And then they'd be like, oh, yep, tomorrow, folks.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
You just sat there for like 5 hours.
Like, go ahead and call that bitch the morning of if we're not going to do it. Don't wait around. Like, hey, it's not looking good tomorrow. Like, don't waste your time coming out here.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad they called it at least.
Me too.
So people could, do other stuff. So it just kind of sucked that we didn't get all 3 races, in the same day. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But like last year was cool for that.
Yeah.
And then the next day happens, Memorial Day.
Yeah, and then Monday we start the Xfinity race. All of a sudden it starts misting, and they postpone it till after the Cup race. And I was like, I really was like, I feel so bad for the spotters. Like, imagine them like, oh God, okay, let me go get my cup stuff, and then like switching over, doing the whole the Coke 600 of all cup races, and then having to be like, oh wait, let's go back to Xfinity racing, and just be like, God damn, I need a cigarette.
Papa Good asked, NASCAR needs to move the All-Star Week back to Charlotte? Question mark.
Ooh, I don't know.
I say hard no.
Well,
Let's
it's been so good, but let's like not get ahead of ourselves. I also it's like everybody's like North Wilkesboro needs to be a points race, and it's like, well, does it?
not get ahead of ourselves there either. We got to run back North Wilkesboro, see if we can fix it. I think there's still some life there. And now I think we're gonna get into maybe after our race recap what happens with the Roval. I think that's a discussion we can have.
I think it's definitely a discussion to have.
I think that's a high time. Last year, we kind of brought up this question, and I think this year is almost the nail in the coffin. But just kind of a race recap. We have 4 stages, which is fun.
I saw people bitching about it. Like on the teardown, they were bitching like this doesn't need 4 stages. And I was like, I like it. It's like a one-off. Like this is the Coke 600. This is what happened.
Right. Yeah. No, I actually like it as well. Andy, it was raining and misting for 48 hours straight. Yeah, they were there. I think it's been the same weather in Charlotte as it has been the Myrtle area all last week. It was like 50
Was it raining at your
degrees
house at
and
all?
raining. Yeah, the whole time. The whole time. Even like when the race was going, it was still raining at my house. And I was like, damn, like good for them. But yeah, the whole week it had been raining at our house. It was the weirdest thing. It was like the clouds formed a hurricane, but it never turned into a hurricane. It was crazy. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, this whole like North South Carolina coastal area, we just got rocked.
Like a big cold front.
Yeah,
with a tropical cold front.
I was wearing jackets and jeans again.
Damn.
Yeah,
well, I know how you get. You get freezing quick.
No, everybody else was too. I'm telling you. And these people are from like the Northeast. It was wild. Everybody's buzzing out their winter stuff. It was in the 50s.
Yeah, it was. It was amazing here all weekend, but it was like a high of 72. Like felt amazing, but going to pool parties, going to cookouts, it was kind of like, maybe I'll just wear a t-shirt instead of a tank top. Or like it was like it feels great, but I kind of wish it was hot.
Yeah, right. Memorial Day. Yeah, I want that heat, baby. I want to get out in the pool.
Yeah,
it was last year. But no, we got the race in, kind of. So did you watch it live?
The race?
Yeah.
No, I told you I went to a pool party Monday, and I was kind of like I started to like watch it on my phone, and I was also DJing the Bluetooth, of course. And I started to let me stop that so I can watch the race and watch my kids and drink beers with bros and grill out. And, oh, wait, who spun out? What happened? And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not even going to entertain it. However, I got some sort of weird, fan anxiety because I didn't even think I thought they were going to push the cup race back too.
Same.
But then I saw people, in the group chat and stuff, races, drivers to their cars, right? And then I saw they were doing the national anthem. I was like, oh fuck, it's about to start. And I was like, okay, I'm not looking at my phone the rest of the day. And then I didn't, but then I was like, the race is on. In the back of my head, I was like, the race is on. You call yourself a fan, huh? you what? This is how you do it, Kevin, on his last year. And I was like, oh my god. And I told Felicia, I was like, what you doing? Hey, and I was like, I'm actually a really good DJ. I'm not even gonna brag. I think I do good. And I was like, fuck, man, I should be watching the race, but here I am having a good time with family and friends. But I was like, whatever. We ended up leaving, got home,
and so you didn't watch the start. You're not even saying that you started it, and then when they had the red flag come out, you were
I hadn't watched.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I watched, or then I got home and I turned it on, and when YouTube TV came on, it was 27 to go, and I was it was live, and I was I covered my face up, and I fucking hit start from beginning, and then it went back.
Oh, nice.
It started from beginning, so I was like, oh god, thank God, because I didn't see anything. I just saw the race was still on. So then I just fast forwarded all the commercials. Then got to that red flag, and I was like, fast forward this bullshit. and it was actually nice because I got to like skip through the commercial breaks and stuff.
Right.
And
That part
I
is
watched
nice.
I watched the 600 in just a couple hours.
And so, like, when the red flag came out, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was red flag, which helped me catch up to it because I think it probably ended, and an hour later I was done. So I was like, I really kind of time traveled.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was, except I did watch the start of the race. And then the red flag came out, and I was just like, dude, I don't know what's going to happen with this race. And we were at like a party and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
whatever, I'm done. This is probably getting pushed back. Like, oh, something's going to happen. And so then kind of like you later that night, it was still on. And I was like, oh, shit. I guess they ran it back. So, yeah, kind of the same situation for me as well.
But there's definitely a bunch of woes like, oh, damn. Let's just address the first thing we saw. That might have been my final time seeing Kevin race in person. Damn, Nick. Oh, yeah, you're on Dad Watch. Yeah, dude.
Chairgatin coming to Bristol tonight. Golf Friday morning. I like it.
I'm twisting his arm, Papa.
Yeah,
Good.
we're discussing this. We are discussing this. I do
I'll
love
fucking
golfing in
be
the
there.
mountains too.
God, yeah, that's why I want the Papa Good treatment, dude.
Yeah.
It actually sounds fucking amazing.
It sounds badass, dude. That actually sounds awesome.
Yeah.
If we added like shooting guns or fishing somewhere in that too, that would just be like the ultimate trip of all time.
I've always wanted to bring my boat to Dago.
Ooh.
There's a big lake like connects it past Dago.
That'd be sick.
It's Franklin. But Eric Almirola fucking slowing down on Bubba Wallace. We got some fucking beef going on. Bubba,
what do you think about that?
Bubba throws a bird at Eric Almirola. Mm-hmm. Eric's not playing no shit. Gator don't play no shit. And Eric goes over there and confronts him, and Bubba starts running his cocksucker. And Eric, he said,
You should write Hallmark cards.
And he pushed Bubba, and Bubba was like, huh? What, bruh? What, bruh? And didn't do anything.
He didn't.
I would have loved to be there. And then that security guy was like right there on top of it. And it's like, where does he come from?
The same one, too. He just
the same one. I've never even seen this guy. Now all of a sudden he's got a name. Like, what the fuck?
I really liked Denny's take on all this. So, because he kind of said a lot of what I was thinking. Number one, very uncharacteristic for Eric Almirola.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
I would have liked Eric Almirola maybe more in his career if I would have known he had some kind of personality. So that was cool seeing him shove him. Liked that. And then also I was worried Denny was gonna suck off Bubba because it's his driver and have his back. But I liked how he called him out. He was like, dude, don't be doing that shit.
Yeah, he was like, stop. Just stop. Like,
yeah, he's like, he was like, bro, to other drivers, like it pisses them off. Like don't do it. Just don't do it. I like that.
Yeah, I did too. Didn't he just
have the balls to get out and throw hands? Like that's what it comes down to. You can do it, but be like Noah, like a dude that's like when he confronts someone, you're probably about to get into a fight.
Yeah. I don't sit there and just be like, whoa, dude, whoa. I don't know, man. I don't think Bubba was expecting
gotta do something
Eric
big
to
to piss off Eric. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So does Bubba just a cash grab for Denny? Yeah, probably. So is there
3 top 5s in a row though?
Yeah, no, for real. 4 top 5s, I thought.
I don't know. Something. The All-Stars in there, so I mean, where do we start?
Yeah, so is there bad blood with Eric? Does Eric Almirola like Bubba?
Well, that's what DBC said. They said these motherfuckers have never liked each other. He said they always race each other hard. And I was like, did not know that. Never knew that.
Okay, I didn't either. So that makes me like Eric a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, okay, Eric. All right.
I see you, dog.
But then I guess
Eric Almirola is such a racist.
Do we want to talk about the big calamity, or do we want to go on about the race and then come back to it?
I mean, let's just skip to the calamity. That's the fun part.
Yeah, we can just go straight to it. You started off.
Like with what happened with Larson and Chase Elliott? Is that what you're referring to? Larson? Or, I mean, Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. Sorry, I'm just so used to having Larson involved in these things now. So I guess technically there was contact earlier between Denny and Chase that I didn't notice. Did you notice this?
I
'Cause
noticed
know
they were
Junior
racing
discussed that.
hard. Dude, well, that was another
Right.
thing. Junior got on my nerves as I listened to a show today about something else. But yeah, they were racing hard. Denny was like, pushing them up, racing. They were racing each other hard, and I didn't see it like right hook worthy. But
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't see anything that I
no, it
thought
was more of like, okay, give him a shove and bomb him and push him up, like race
Yeah.
him hard back, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, they race hard. They go door to door. They push each other around, and then all of a sudden, it reminded me a lot of when Kyle Larson pushed up Bubba at not at, or I think it was Vegas, but it wasn't the wreck. Or it was Kansas last year when he pushed Bubba up and Kevin was like, fuck, and Kevin hit the wall, like he just crushed the wall, and it was yellow and I went flying through the grass. It was like that. Like they didn't touch, but he was like, not clear, buddy, not clear. And then Chase was avoiding him. They never touched, and Chase ran out of room and fucking clips the wall. And then immediately loses his fucking marbles and decides to just spin Denny head on in the wall at 200 mile an hour in a dog leg.
Yeah, so like Denny just got loose, right? Honestly, I haven't even.
I think he was like plowing tight. Like you see him back up the road because his car just keeps coming up.
Okay, because honestly, I haven't even rewatched this.
You should watch
Which
a little
I know
clip
sounds crazy. I only had watched the race the one time. I still haven't rewatched that clip. I got the still image for a thumbnail, but I still haven't even rewatched it. But I do remember watching it live, thinking that he was like, "Oh, okay," like he was just got loose or something. It didn't seem intentional, like he was trying to wreck.
I think he was
Elliott.
racing them hard, but he wasn't trying to wreck them. He and Denny on the show admitted, like he's like, no, I was trying to give him as much room as he could possibly have without giving him room. Like he's like, I didn't want him to get in the wall, but I was still like giving him barely enough room.
Denny said he was on the brakes trying to stay off him. Yeah, it didn't seem intentional when I watched it. It just seemed like hard racing. And it's unfortunate for Chase. But, yeah, his response was wild. Here's a good point. Not surprised Mr. Popular to throw a bitch fit over hard racing. It kind of was a bitch fit. I mean.
Yeah, it literally a temper tantrum. And I applaud the Chase fans that can acknowledge this.
Okay, so yeah, here's a good question. Has anyone entertained the thought that Keselowski hit Elliott and pushed him into Hamlin?
No, Brad K never touched him. Literally, like when you watch the clip, Brad K's like a half a car length behind it, and it's like, whoa.
And that was really, I think, just discussed as a theory because they said it live in the booth. I can't remember who said it.
Imagine, this all happens and it collects both of them and nearly kills Denny. Imagine if Brad got swept in it or someone else came plowing in there and hit Denny or something. What if it took out other cars and made this even bigger?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It could have been so much worse than what it was. It's totally
I loved Chase's response. I don't know, man. I can't hear you. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, what are you talking about?
Did you not watch during the race when they come up and interview Chase Elliott when he gets out of the?
Oh, yeah, and he was like, "Oh, because when you hit the wall with these things."
Well, yeah, he just was like, "I don't know, man, I can't hear you," and just
yeah.
He asked him the whole question, and he was like, "I don't know, I can't hear you."
Yeah. Anyways, can't hear you, man. It's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a cop out.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. And so, yeah, he said that he couldn't steer once they hit the wall, which I guess. So, I mean,
no, I call total bullshit. Junior was like, I mean, investigate the telemetry. They can see this. It's up to you to judge. I was like, you have to be fucking blind to not see that car go.
Right. And I mean, Junior did. I think Junior did admit like it was Chase in his own words because he said that like Denny got the proof and he posted it and yada yada yada. So I guess that proves it, right? I mean, NASCAR decided to penalize him.
Well, I loved how mad Denny was. Like he didn't like, I'm not going to say anything or anything. He like. Sometimes they do that, like, we'll discuss it later or something. He was like, no, fuck that motherfucker. he should not be racing next week. But NASCAR's laid a precedent, and I was like, oh shit. I was already pissed at Chase for it, but it was like, get him, Denny. Get him, Denny.
Yeah, but once again, Denny not doing shit, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was kind of like, I mean, I love Denny, but I was kind of like, go over there in his fucking pit box.
Denny's kind of a pussy, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly. Even on the podcast, he was like, if he came in here right now, I don't know what I'd do. He's like, I mean, I might get my ass kicked, but I might throw a punch. I'm like, you might get your ass kicked by Chase Elliott? What the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't really get that one.
That shouldn't be your first thought. If I see Chase Elliott, I'm not thinking he might kick my ass. He better know some kung fu or something. He better bust that shit out and like knock out 3 other dudes in the room too, because I'm not letting my Chase Elliott kick my ass.
No,
it's weird. Yeah, Denny, I think, is kind of a pussy. Like I never thought that about him, but after hearing him talking about how Chase might kick his ass,
well, when he got punked out by Ross like 12 times in a row, and then Ross was like, well, he ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I would too do something if once maybe. It's like, come on, Denny.
Dude, you don't understand the tweets Denny will fire at you though.
Joey Logano kicked Denny's ass.
Yeah.
But I love Denny. I'd still love Denny.
Once again, though, in our episode where we discussed our top fighters, Joey Logano, most underrated NASCAR Cup Series fighter.
Yeah,
currently, not like all time.
Eric Almirola, up and comer.
Dude, Eric Almirola, up and coming boxer. I like it.
He's retiring from race cars to amateur boxing.
Amateur door guy at bars where he just shoves people. Yeah, so Chase Elliott got suspended. I didn't think that was going to happen. Denny Hamlin releases his podcast episode.
I did not see it coming.
Once again, another reason why Action's Detrimental is like the best NASCAR podcast right now, and that's coming from people on a NASCAR podcast, is he is the one telling you what's going on right when it happens. He releases his episode to discuss the whole situation before NASCAR even penalizes Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Which is just so impressive. So you're listening to the damn episode, and he was like, man, I don't know. I sure hope they penalize him, but I just don't know if they will. And you're listening to it knowing they already did, and you're just like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
He's on top
I was surprised. I really was like, there's no way. It's Chase Elliott's Golden Boy. He's already missed too many races. They're not going to punish him. But then I was like, if he gets away with it, I'm going to be so goddamn pissed. Could beat Rattlesnake's ass, and he called him a pussy.
Denny? I would love to.
Oh, Coop. That's sort of bad take.
I would love to fight Denny Hamlin. Give me that opportunity. All the money goes to charity, whatever y'all want to do. I will fight Denny Hamlin.
Oh, I found out what ratio means from Cody.
Okay.
It's in the group chat. It's when someone replies to your
that
post.
Geezer in the stands at the Black Belt, they say, yeah, he might have been, dude.
You better walk on.
He was looking at me.
When someone replies to you and their reply gets more likes than your post. That's
not what I thought ratio was at all. I'll say my definition one more time now that Connor's in here. My idea of what I thought ratioed meant was if your tweet has more replies than it does retweets, then you're ratioed because the ratio of engagement on your tweet is off. It shows that people are,
I guess it's close. I think it's
commenting instead of retweeting.
Yeah. I guess
that's always been my idea of it. No one's ever told me this. I remember seeing the term and thinking that's what that meant.
Yeah, if someone talked shit to you on your post and everybody liked it more than your actual post.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's part of it. Randy and Corey LaJoy are going to be the first father-son dude to have at least a cup start at Hendrick.
Ew.
What a terrible.
So let's
finish with the Chase thing because that's going to lead into the LaJoy thing.
Well, he's getting exactly what he deserves. I'm so proud of NASCAR for not backing down here. I really thought they were going to be like, Chase Elliott has been fined $20. I'm glad they did this. And
Chase Elliott's been fined by giving autograph to cancer kids.
Is a one-race suspension the right call? Do you think a one-race suspension is worthy penalty? Do you think maybe money should be involved? Do you think points should be involved? Like, he's missing out a race worth of points, but is that enough? We saw what happened with Chase Briscoe today. That motherfucker won't be allowed to race till next year. He'll be spend all year getting them points back.
Anyone else notice how Chase is not very enthused about racing in his interviews? Seems over to me. Well, I mean, he has been trying to become a professional
his tone
snowboarder.
everywhere he goes. Yeah.
He keeps trying to get into the X
careers.
Games, so I do know I can report on that for a fact that he's trying to become an X Games snowboarder and he wants to get out of racing.
Yeah, he's more into Winter X Games.
Yeah, I don't honestly, I don't know, man. That's tough. So with the Denny situation, right? Because that's what everyone's like, well, look what they did to Denny, and what he did was way less dangerous. And I think that is true. I think that is, it was way less dangerous. It was way more dangerous what Chase did. It, seriously put Denny's life at risk.
Yeah.
But Denny did go on a podcast and openly admit what he did. So I think it is a little different that Chase never admitted to it. At the end of the day, Chase can just be like, well, that's like what you think, and I'm telling you another story. So how do you punish him much more if he's like genuinely like, dude, I couldn't steer anymore. I mean, you can put up whatever little thing you want, but it's just, I think it's a little different when Denny openly is like, yeah, I did that. If Chase went on the junior download and just like laughed and been like, yeah, dude, but I mean, we all hate Denny, right? I'd respect the shit out of him, first of all. Yeah. But I think that would be a different punishment.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good take. But yeah, man. Fuck Chase Elliott. Dirty little bastard. I've been trying to tell people for years he's a dirty little rat. And he gets what he deserves. And I never, didn't see this one coming. He throws temper tantrums. People race him hard, and he cries and flips out and road rages and ruins people's days. That's just what he does. It's what he's always done. But he can do no harm.
The Hendrick,
the
Hendrick model.
Yeah, I think the tides are shifting over in the Hendrick camp. I think.
In what way? Like, what do you mean?
I think the 9 was the golden boy. The 9 couldn't do no wrong. The 9 got everything. I think there's a new Superman over there, and I think he drives the 24 car.
Yeah, I think
that. Willie B has took the torch and is running with it, and Chase feels left behind.
So a couple things, because I can kind of understand that, because he is a little golden boy, right? He's the only one that seems more squeaky clean than Chase even. He, very in his whole family, very involved in NASCAR, like Chase Elliott, all that. He needs to win a championship, though.
Yeah, I think I want to see Willie B close it out, to be honest.
He has to win a championship. If he wins a championship, that's a different discussion entirely.
Oh, yeah. Especially in his career's still young. I mean, he's been doing it for a while now, but he's a youngin'. But yeah, man. Another thing I noticed.
Connor says, maturing is realizing Willie B is better race car driver than Chase Elliott. 5 and 24 outrunning that 9. He's third wheeling. Yeah, true. He is, honestly.
You know what I noticed? Speaking of Andy and the Kyle Larson fandom, Kyle Larson kicked everybody's ass at the All-Star race, blew the doors off. And when Kyle Larson wins a race, all I see for a whole week is Kyle Larson the GOAT? Kyle Larson's the best there is. Kyle Larson's the motherfucking best driver in the world.
Yeah, it's true.
But then the very next week, Kyle Larson spins out all on his own and wrecks half the field. No one bats an eye. No one says anything. No one just whatever. But in 3 weeks from now, when Kyle Larson wins again, Kyle Larson's the GOAT. Is he the Hall of Famer already? And it's like, what?
I think I can answer this real quick. I think I can clear this whole mess up real quick, because I do see the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think people are having two different arguments without realizing it. I think people are using the GOAT wrong. I think just like Kyle Larson fans are calling him the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
I think they're referring to racing. Like, they're just as a racer and a racing career.
He's an amazing race car driver.
And then I think they interact with NASCAR fans, and they're like, Kyle Larson's the GOAT. And then NASCAR fans are like, what? He has one championship. Like, calm down. Because he's not going to be the GOAT in NASCAR. He just won't be. His whole career
he won't
has
be able to be. Yeah.
Right. That's what, like, he just, at this point in his career, he will not be the GOAT in NASCAR.
He's definitely one of the best, but every time he fucking passes a car,
he's one of the best right now.
Fox is like, oh God.
He's one of the best right now, but are you saying he's one of the best all-time NASCAR drivers?
No, he's one of the best
Exactly.
right now.
Yeah,
But what
right
I'm
now he's
saying
one of the
is,
best
like,
guys. Yeah.
like it's just Fox jerks off to him. Everybody's calling him to go, and it's like, okay. Yeah, I think Alan Gustin is kind of like a,
He might be.
I don't
Thank
know.
Larson for busting your ass and ruining Ty's top 5 all day. Yeah.
Yeah. Ty was doing good all day, dude. I was very impressed with Ty. I think he keeps it up, like a win will come one day.
This is a really good point by Coop as well. Junior was 4th man at HMS for years, still the most popular driver. Difference is Junior had a
Roll
personality.
Tide crazy.
Junior had a personality. Like, Junior sold it. He knew who he was on that team. Agreed. It's actually annoying hearing fans. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, Larson fans, I don't think they're saying he's the GOAT at NASCAR. I think they're, like, saying he's just a racing GOAT. And I think that's where the arguments are coming from.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just me hating on Hendricks is pretty much all I was doing.
That's fair. I mean, there's not much to defend. It's tough. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, okay, let's say Hendrick loses Chase Elliott tomorrow. He's like, Papa Good's right.
Oh,
He's
they
done
lost
with
some
racing.
yesterday, bro.
No, but he's done. He's done with racing.
Yeah.
He's going
That'd
to
be
be
a huge mic
professional snowboarder. And now the 9 is open up, and they're going to put in Austin Hill. How do you feel about Hendrick now? It's William Byron, Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, and Austin
I'd be
Hill.
getting a Napa hat.
Man, I see you rocking a 9. I would love it. I would love it. Just that alone is worth it. I need you to have a 9
No,
tattoo.
I always joked. I said, you know what's going to be the biggest fucking plot twist? Kevin retires and I become an Elliott fan.
I won't let you do that. I won't let
Georgia
you do that.
boy! Dude,
We got to cut it off somewhere, man.
I'm arguing in the comments with people. People are like, you fucking hypocrite. And I'll be like, only God can judge me.
How does dirt fans feel about Larson versus NASCAR fans? I don't understand this question.
Do good, vote President me.
Money me now, please. Yeah, I don't understand that question. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Let's see. I like me some Austin Hill. Yep. He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah. That boy don't fucking play.
Right. All hail Austin Hill. Yeah, see? Boom. Look at that.
Austin
you hear
Bobby
that,
Hill.
Hendrick? You got another driver, but instead they decided to go with Corey LaJoie to fill that 9 seat.
Well, I'm sure. I mean,
how do you feel about this?
RCR. Overrated, underrated. Corey LaJoie.
Dude, Connor, I don't believe that you graduated 4th grade.
He didn't make it. The red crowns taste the best.
I did like Bubba's retweet. I'm sure I liked it.
What retweet?
Different or a quote tweet. It was Bubba Wallace quote tweeting Corey LaJoie about the 9 ride, and he said stacking quarters.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I actually thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
You got to give him credit sometimes where credit is due. It was a clever little joke.
Well, I used to be a huge Corey LaJoie fan. I used to really like him and be like, man, I'd love to see him get a ride one day. But then, he went over to his little team. They got the 7 car, started making some little strides. And I think he started getting a little more acknowledgement and a little more clout. And then all of a fucking sudden.
Okay, well, let's be honest. Let's back up real quick. He got acknowledgement and clout because of the paint scheme.
Yeah, I think I'm the only person that hated that goddamn car, the Old Spice car.
Well, it was like a joke, that was part of it. It was ugly as shit. Like, that was the funny part. But I think that did help his name a little bit, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely brought like his attention to him.
Yeah, which is what you got to do as a driver. I mean, to be fair, I had people that aren't NASCAR fans sending me pictures of that, like LOL.
Well, I've always liked Corey, but then it's like he got this newer NASCAR podcast, started making more friends, people started notoriety, and then like he started getting all full of his fucking self, and he's like, and then it was just like week in and week out for like last couple of years of every goddamn week, him talking about how good he would be if he wasn't in his shitty little car. And he's like, I could do all that if I was in those cars. And I was like, you know what? Just fuck this, dude. I'm fucking done listening to this crap. It was always woe is me. He's the next Matty D in my eyes. But it's time to nut up or shut up, big boy. He's going to go to the 9 car. He's going to be in Hendrick top tier equipment. Let's see how he does. And if that motherfucker runs top 5, I will take back everything I said. If he runs 20th or worse the whole race, then he can go fuck himself.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
That's fair.
If he runs worse than he ran in the 7 car, there will be some goddamn excuse on, I wasn't used to their seats and the way their cars ran, and it wasn't my fault. It'll be some crap like that. But if he runs good, he'll be like, see, I told you so.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to have to, like, really show up for this thing because...
Yeah, I'd be damn nervous if I was him.
Right. I mean, he's kind of made a career for himself about, stacking pennies, like they don't have the equipment. They're a small team. Like they never are funded. They're, fighting the fight, the little guy. Well, now you are in the most well-funded seat in NASCAR, arguably. One of the top 5, at least. I think everybody.
We saw how Josh Berry ran in it.
Exactly, dude. And I have not heard shit from Josh Berry talking about how
he's complaining about his life's problems.
Right. To be fair, maybe I don't know enough about Josh Berry yet. But so
he's
far,
a huge bitch.
Yeah. Well, what did he win? What did he win?
Talking about Xfinity races?
I don't know. I think he won like a championship, ARCA or something. Anyway.
Oh, he was really good late models or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. It was late models. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, Corey LaJoie, time to step up, dude. Like,
time to fucking do it.
Here's the thing, though. What if he wins the motherfucker?
Ooh,
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, what if he wins?
I'm just throwing it out there. That would change the game.
I will take back everything I said, and I will. Right. Bravo.
I think everybody will. I think everybody will be like, hold up. Like, is Corey LaJoie the most slept-on talent in NASCAR?
Chase is fired. They put Corey in the 9. Nathan would bust a nut. Nathan's a huge Corey LaJoie fan.
Of course he is.
Yeah, he loves him.
Why could I have guessed that? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And Carson Hocevar is taking.
He's going to the 7. Good for Carson. What's his first Cup start? I think. I think so. Yeah, that'll be his first Cup start.
I didn't know that.
I think so.
I know my experience with him was at the Chili Bowl. I think.
Oh yeah.
No. It wasn't the Chili Bowl. It was the Gateway Dirt National last year. Or I guess at the beginning of this year, right? It's like in February or whatever. He was racing there at the Gateway Dirt National in St. Louis. And I'm walking around the pits and stuff, because I got access to everything. Because unlike NASCAR, like dirt racing's cool like that. So I'm walking around the pits, and of course it's like when you see somebody you recognize, I'm not in dirt, so I'm like, oh shit, they must race NASCAR or something. So I recognized him right away. Over there just looking like a pimp, by the way. He just had some girl like sitting in his car and he was like showing her shit. And I was like, oh damn, look at Carson.
Okay, Carson.
Yeah, so I did always appreciate and respect his
swag.
How much of a baller he looked.
I like Carson, but he kind of irritated me with like he was doing some things in the truck series where it was like, dude, stop.
Exactly. So that's where I was going.
But like he was rearing people, pulling out cautions for no goddamn reason, and it was getting a little much. Where I was like, dude, I like you, but you're gonna make me not like you.
Yeah. So I want to like him, but the way that he drives, I kind of hate. But it'll be interesting to see.
He's a wheel man. Like I like the way he drives, but it's like some of the wrecking and doing dumbass shit.
I mean, the fact that
I'm glad he stopped the whole hat. He stopped the whole hat thing. That was getting annoying as shit.
Yeah, right. Oh my god,
the hat thing was really.
We bitch about the Willie B hat thing, but the Carson hat thing was way worse. Honestly.
Yeah, it was way.
It really was
really cringy.
That was cringier than the Willie B thing, somehow. Yep. But yeah, good opportunity for him. So that'll be cool. Hopefully he can do something there. What else?
But dude, we got to talk about the winner. Oh, wait, go back up. Did you see Tyler Reddick's passing the grass and Kyle Busch's passing the grass?
Yeah.
Dude, that was sick as hell. Like, Reddick went through the freaking infield back on the track, like, woo, yeah.
Right. That was actually sick. There was a lot of badass racing. I feel like we kind of.
I think this race was almost right there with last year's, not to the extent, but like
Yep.
it kept up.
It was close.
It was in the ballpark.
If it would
Really
have
good
raced
race.
the same day as the Indy 500, I might have rated it.
Yeah.
It would be right or almost the exact same as last year. It was a very good race. I don't want to let the rain delays and everything kind of hinder it from what I'm going to rate it.
Yeah.
But
the rain does kind of throw a little damper in there.
It does. It hurts it a little bit, and it's unfair. It shouldn't, but it's just, what are you gonna do? But we did get a new winner, which is weird to say.
Another new winner. YRB finally gets that monkey off his back. I know we were kind of talking about him the other week about
a couple weeks ago.
He's Mr. Irrelevant. Finally gets one done. I was honestly, I used to kind of like Ryan. He's totally fallen off.
He fooled you. He made you think he was cool.
Well, yeah, that's what he does best.
He does it to everybody.
It was like the last 50 laps. I was kind of like, he had the best car, but I was like, come on, Ryan.
Clearly.
Let's bring this thing home. And
Felicia I thought the same thing.
Felicia was sitting there cheering for him, and then I was kind of like, when seeing him do it, I was like, all right, Ryan, good job. And then seeing him get emotional and run up in the stands, I was like, good win, dude. That was a good win.
I mean, it's no secret that I'm not like the biggest fan of his, but when I was watching it, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you know what? I hope he wins this one. Like, he needs a win, I don't want to see him fail. Like, he can be really good for the sport if he's doing well. So it was good to see him finally get a win again.
Yeah, it was good. Penske sweep with the Indy 500, Coke 600 was always cool.
Boom, exactly, Connor. Thank you. Amen. Preach, brother.
Facts. It was good to see Penske win. A Ford won. That's Ford's, second win of the year? Jesus. Joey Logano, Atlanta. Who else?
Wow, is that really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, but that's nuts.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. And both Penske's cars. Well, Kevin was gonna win Phoenix, but
I mean, we discussed SHR I think last week.
That's what I saw in the thing. Vince said. SHR cars are like 31st, 27th, and 24th, and 4th in points.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what's going on there?
Yeah, right. And that is about to be gone too. So where is that 4th going?
Yeah,
probably gonna drop right back down. Andy's got a good point though. Fords were just quick.
Yeah, they were super quick. Everybody, Brad Keselowski, I think, honorable mention. Brad was so fucking fast at the Coke 600. I was super impressed. Like, come on, Brad, let's go. And then just fucking pulled the pin and just detonated and wrecked himself. And it was a shit show after that. His car was on fire. And Chris Buescher, old Beans, was up there giving it hell. Got a stage win, had some pit road miscues, and took the whole race to get back up in the top 10. But RFK was flying. They were fast as shit. The 4 was like this the whole goddamn race. I was so discombobulated watching that.
Yeah.
Wrecks himself, very unlike
there was
Kevin.
A couple times there where I was like, ooh, if Dakota's watching right now.
Yeah, it was when they flipped and the 4 car was just spinning, I just was like,
yeah.
I was just like, I'm so glad I didn't listen to this race on the scanner.
Well, it's tough because he was having such a good day.
Yeah, I was literally like, I think we could get I think a 5th is possible.
Oh, I thought for sure.
If we get a top 5, I'll be super stoked.
Yeah.
Once we spun, I was like, oh, fuck this. We came back P11. I was like, okay, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, it was a great race all around. I'm glad that Blaney got a dub. You gonna not honor mention Ty Dillon's 27th finish, dude. Yeah.
Dude, old Ty boy.
P27. I mean, that's a top 30 finish.
Everybody's sleeping on Ty.
Yeah, our Lord and Savior. Do you want to rate this thing?
Yeah. I don't got none of my damn notes. I want to freaking look at last year's, but
I know your last year's. I looked at back at both of ours. You want to know yours?
All right, tell me those. Yeah.
Mine was a 9.5. Yeah, yours was a 9.0.
Okay. That sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
What's our highest rated this year?
Let me double check
Was
that.
Auto Club?
Kansas. I gave it Kansas a 9.5, and you gave Kansas a 9.2.
Ooh, yeah. All right. I'm gonna give this race.
And then Auto Club, I gave an 8.7. You gave an 8.8.
I'm giving this race an 8.4.
Okay.
I think that's appropriate. Mid-tier, good ass race. I really liked everything. Rain kind of put a damper in it. That's never fun. And Kevin spun out. The one good thing was Tracy Elliott wrecked himself in front of the whole world.
I love how our comments are just tied in now. That's fucking awesome.
Don't disrespect the name.
I said I love that it's tied Dylan. Yeah, I'm the only one here that's actually a fan of a Dylan brother, by the way. So I deserve a little bit of credit for that. So I had mine already written down. I wrote it down.
Ooh.
I wrote it down after I finished the race.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, you know what? I'm writing it down right now. So a little different than yours. This one we differ quite a bit, not a whole lot, but I mean, it is one of our bigger. I give it a 9.0.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I really
heavy
liked
hitter.
it. I really liked
Heavy
it.
hit.
Coke 600 once again came back as maybe not the best race because I think Kansas has a beat, but easily one of the best races. And Pop Good, thanks for tuning in.
Hey, boy, Bristol Night Race gonna be here before we know it.
We won't discuss it for too long. We won't keep everybody for too long, but I do think 2 years in a row, back-to-back bangers. I mean, the only other track that has been
is not sleeping.
The only track that has been this consistent was Auto Club when we're losing it, you know? So like this has been back-to-back bangers.
This car works at Charlotte.
It really does.
So,
it doesn't work at North Wilkesboro. I'm sorry. We had one dud of the past.
It doesn't work on the goddamn Roval.
But yeah, this is where I'm going is at what point, and I know me and you have been discussing this for years, but at what point I think it's becoming mainstream, can we discuss Axe in the Roval?
Yeah, but I'm also like, be careful what you ask for. We don't want too much trouble. But I'm like, no, you give me a 400-mile playoff Charlotte Oval race, I'm sold. Let's go back to that.
That's what Denny said. 400-mile playoff.
Yeah, but then
Charlotte.
Also is like, well, I do like the fact of one road course in the playoffs. What road course would you sub out? Or
We can easily just move one of the road courses over to a playoff. Let's do Austin
down there.
Okay.
Or do Coda. Fuck it. I'd be okay. I think I'd be okay with Coda being in it.
We can throw one over there. I think that would be great. I think that would be so awesome, and I think making it a 400 would also like calm down some of the naysayers that are, might be like, we don't need more inner. It's like, hey, it's only 400. All right, it's not a long race, but look at what they produce on the 600 every year. Like, don't you want to replicate that as much as possible? Yeah. It's the best racing we have every single year. Let's keep doing that. It's so good.
Yeah, give me more of that. Like, it's so weird to say. I don't want to sit here and be like, I want a bunch of mile and a half. But it's also like,
if that's what the car's good on, though, I mean,
like,
give it to me, baby.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, the short tracks, I don't know what the fuck to do there, but it ain't working.
Yep. Get rid of Roval. Back to Oval.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I love
down with the Roval, back to the Oval.
Down with the Roval, back to the Oval. I love how Denny described it in such disrespect.
Yeah,
talking about racing through the parking lot in the middle of a racetrack.
What are we doing? Yeah,
I was like, hell yeah, dude. Sometimes Denny says shit, and I'm like, I do like him.
Yeah, I've like for the last 5 years, I've been like, Denny's making me like him more and more.
Yeah,
gotta realize like what a G he is, and then like the last 2 years, I've been like, dude, Denny's a pimp.
Speaking of a guy that ran pretty well, I'm watching the High Limit race on Flow Racing. Yeah. It's the B feature, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is running P2 right now.
Dude, he was in the top 10 the whole time.
I know.
He was doing really good.
Wheelman.
Yeah. Christopher Bell had a fast-ass car. He fucked his whole day up. But he was up there. Ty Gibbs was doing good before he wrecked.
What's funny?
It was kind of great. Truex snuck up in there for a P3. What's funny?
Is Christopher Bell's running P8 right now in the same race.
Yeah.
Right now,
I
like
don't
you're just name dropping people. I'm like, oh yeah, he's right there as well. I do love these drivers. Running midweek dirt race series. Like, I just respect dudes that do that so much more. Like, I have so much more respect for a driver if it's like, damn, he's that committed to racing. That's like, he's doing this midweek when he doesn't have to be.
Yeah,
You know, in
like he
between.
could be at home on his couch, but no, he's out.
But he's
here.
like, no, I just want to go racing. I respect that. It definitely makes
Yeah.
me respect guys like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Christopher Bell a lot more than I probably normally would.
Yeah,
So.
and Christopher Bell like advocates. I like, no, I'm like, fuck this, and Gibbs can't tell me what to do.
You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Ty Gibb gets a win this year? No, I said he wouldn't. I think.
Yeah, you
don't
said
I have
he
a bet
wouldn't.
about that?
I'll say you bet Connor. I think.
Yeah, what was that bet? That I guess to suck my dick.
That he wouldn't win, and Connor said he would. I honestly, you throw in a fuel strategy New Hampshire race in there or something, I could totally see him like in the top 3, and they make a crazy call and stay out, and he wins it or something. He's running top 10 like
So-
the last 10 weeks.
So I was gonna say, after watching like how he's been racing this year, I definitely feel less confident about that bet.
Yeah, like he actually might.
He actually might. I should have bet Noah never gets a win.
Yeah. Noah's not winning shit this year.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Ty's. There's some times that I'm like, oh shit, he's looking really good. He's like running up front.
Yeah, he's wheeling it, dude.
But we
hey, we're
do
going to
have a
Gateway.
race coming up.
Going to Gateway.
We're going to Gateway.
Is it the Milwaukee Mile or Gateway? What are we calling this motherfucker?
It's definitely Gateway.
I keep hearing people call it Memphis.
What?
Yeah, people are like going to Memphis. I'm like, what?
No, that's not. Who's saying that? That's a totally different. What do you mean?
Dude, I swear I heard it somewhere. I heard that once.
You know that this race isn't in Memphis, right?
No, I know it. I keep hearing people say
Where's this race at, Dakota? Now I'm concerned that you think it's in Memphis.
Milwaukee. Or no, not Milwaukee. Minnesota. Where's it at? Where's Gateway? St. Louis. St. Louis, you
St.
idiot.
Louis, you got it. I wanted you to keep running through the M's. It's Missouri, I think. So I think you are
St.
right
Louis,
with the
Missouri.
M. Well, yeah, you said a bunch of M's.
I just throwing the M's out there, boy.
I love it, man. I loved it. Yeah.
No, Milwaukee Mile is in Wisconsin. Gateway is St.
Milwaukee's
Louis.
in
They're all
yeah.
like the same track.
And then Memphis has that one also, the Memphis like International Speedway.
Speaking of all these Midwest, we need to go to fucking Iowa. Why is that not being brought up?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we need to go out. But anyways, second time we've been here. Joey stunk up and took it last year. I'm trying to like not just base it off what we saw last year, but all we got.
And also last year was Joey's year because he won all the new shit and the championship. Like it's kind of hard to ride with him again this year.
Yeah, because it's he's been kind of under the radar lately. Like ain't been really doing shit lately. I say that Joey's gonna win this week. Or in the next 2 weeks. I don't know, man. I don't know who I want to pick here. I think it's just going to be a nice little race. Another race on the fucking checklist.
I saw last year, I gave it a 7-2. Oh, dude. I just realized we never talked about Chase Briscoe's penalty that just came out.
Chase Briscoe's sent to the gallows. What killed me was Greg Zipadelli came out and was like, we didn't mean to make this part, and it wasn't supposed to go on the car. And it's like, okay, well, it was made, and it did go on the car. And the car ran 20th the whole race. So what were y'all even doing?
I just imagine every time they're, like, adjusting something or doing something, there's a guy tripping and going, oh, whoops, oh.
No, tightening the bolt.
Oh, trap. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This was never supposed to happen.
Yeah. How dare us? Nathan's so funny. He's like, they're running R&D for the 4-car.
Yeah. I mean, I think the best is just, like, how irrelevant he's been.
Yeah, Chase Briscoe, man. I don't know what to think.
And, like, man, if you're going to cheat that much, because this is... if I'm not mistaken, I pulled up I had a screenshot.
Do you think maybe it was a sacrifice? Let's see. If
It
they'll
says
catch up.
Jeff Gluck said it's NASCAR issues one of the largest penalties in history. Okay. Yeah, so it was 120 points, 25 playoff points, crew chief suspended 6 weeks, and a $250,000 fine.
Yeah, they're
Like,
not fucking around anymore.
that's insane, dude. That's really
6 week suspension.
yeah, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know enough about all this stuff. Oh, dude, Kyle Larson's out there on a BMX bike. You would love this shit.
Oh man. What's he
Aren't
doing?
you like a big BMX guy?
Yeah, but what's he doing?
He's sitting
Like,
on the dirt
oh,
track,
shit.
just hanging out on a BMX bike.
God damn it! Why is he so fucking cool?
Dude, he looks really cool right now.
Send me a picture.
All right, hold on. Let me get a pic.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Briscoe's definitely his season's over. There's no coming back from this.
So
Well,
what
if
they
he
were doing
wins,
to
you think
cheat?
Briscoe's winning the race?
I mean, no.
No. Yeah, I was also like, I think maybe it could also like, they look over at Ronnie Childers and he's like, nothing to see over here. Y'all caught the 14 car.
Have you
not
checked
us.
the group chat?
Yeah, they've all
Oh,
been
you said,
roasting
dude, I'm
us.
tired. Andy said Minnesota. I fucking love this chat, dude. It's so
I told you
funny.
it's funny.
I'm sending you a picture of Kyle Larson on a bike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
so
group chat.
my thing is just okay. I'll send it in the group chat. My thing is just what he was doing to cheat must have been like pretty fucking serious, right? For them
Yeah,
to give
they
it this
manufactured a part.
well, yeah, and it must have NASCAR must have thought, damn, this is that serious, you know, because it was such a strict penalty. How are you still fucking so irrelevant? Like,
Yeah,
if you're
like
gonna
if you're,
risk it,
it'd be different if it was like Ryan Blaney's car found with cheating part.
and be like, oh, no wonder he got that dub.
Oh,
Like, yeah.
okay.
When I found out it was Chase Briscoe, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Who? Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yeah, you sure
so
about
that sucks, man. You sure? You sure about that? That's why. Have you been watching the new season? I think you should.
No, I've
leave.
never watched that show in my life. I've heard it's funny.
Oh my god! Go put it
Is
on when we leave here.
Is
Go
it
watch
funny?
the high limit race and then put it on.
Okay.
Anyway, Briscoe season's done. That sucks. Let's pick some race winners.
All right, underdog pick. I am riding this out until it works, and I'm going with the 6 of Brad Keselowski.
Yeah,
I think he had a shot here. He was good in the Busch Series days, Nationwide days. Like, I think he'll be strong.
Largest fine in NASCAR for a 20th place car. Yeah, this might be the largest NASCAR fine in history for someone running 20th. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
Larson's riding around on the track now with this.
God damn it.
He's so fucking cool.
He is so cool.
So just like you're going with your same strategy, I'm gonna go with my same strategy and go Martin Truex Jr.
He's been so fast lately too.
I mean,
Slowly clocking off top
not
5.
dude. He I just pulled it up. He finished P6 here last year. So
Not a bad pick.
yeah. All right, who's your race winner?
Oof. I think he goes back to back, keeps some momentum going. The 12 car, Ryan Blaney. He ran really good here last year, led some laps. I think he finished like P3 ish.
4.
P4.
Yep.
I think Ryan Blaney's going to be fast.
Damn, dude, Eric Almirola at 5. I'm not.
And he's heated right now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I kind of do like that. I like when I see drivers have like some passion. It makes me more confident in them the next week. But I'm gonna go Kyle Busch because he finished P2 here last year, and he needs another win, man. He needs another win.
Yeah,
I know, like he just recently got one, but it just seems like it's time.
Yeah, I think he definitely gets 1 or 2 more before the year's over too.
Yeah. Why not now?
Well, KFB, dude. Play the music.
Oh shit, that's right. We have music.
Yeah. This badass episode was brought to you by YeatsOfficial.com. You can look this cool at any Stalker hotel in a cup chair in the corner or down at your local dirt track on a BMX bike. Use discount code Chairgatin in shipping and get 10% off.
Yeah. I like it.
Another episode, dude.
All right.
Appreciate y'all watching. Catch us next week. We'll go to Gateway.
Peace.